Hey guys, welcome into another Conquer Corona episode, and we have got Hal Souza here with us. Hal has an amazing story. You got to go check it out. Back a few episodes ago, we had interviewed Hal. He did over 100 deals in 2019. The guy is coming from pretty much nothing, building up an entire life for himself here in the Central Valley of California. But now it's all about adjusting, right, Hal? So we gotta talk a little bit different than where we were at before. But yeah, how's all this impacted you?
You know what, Kyle? Like I said, I don't only flip homes. I flip homes, I buy and hold, and I also work with clients. I'm a realtor as well. I'm still doing a full-time realtor very much like anybody else. This has definitely impacted mostly people. We've had some cancellations. Obviously, people got laid off. People got nervous about businesses closing, the stores closing. So people got in a panic, and I can only imagine what it's like to be in the middle of buying your dream home. Imagine you're in the middle of buying your dream home, and your boss tells you need to stay home the next month. So all of a sudden you're about to buy your home, and you're like, oh, you've been told you might just lose your home next month. And so people got real nervous. We've had some cancellations. We're dealing with that. But other than that, the people that still have a job, they're still working and very healthy for the most mandated notice from the government. Are they going to make us stay home for sure? Like not allow us to leave the house? So that's up in the air. So it's adapt and adjust. Right now, I'm still on full-time work mode. If you're okay with meeting with me, I will meet with you. If you don't feel comfortable, we can do a video conference. I'm still working. I'm doing the same thing.
Okay, cool. So you're still grinding. It's just about adjusting to what other people need on a realtor side. Now, what about on an investor side? You're doing a lot of buy and holds, fix and flips. Where are you at on all that right now?
We had the recall where we could buy any qualify. The bank would fund you the money for you to refi that. Well, the day that the whole virus broke out, they cut those programs. So that kind of took a little bit of my buying power away, because I could have 100,000 or 200,000 or $500,000 tied up in a few projects that I know I can get it back in a few months. Well, now I'm a bit like kind of a conservative on that side, because you can't get your money out there. Now the programs are not here. It'll come back eventually, right? I think it will, because as long as the property qualifies and you have the scores and the financials to back it up, they were giving you the money, no problem. Well, it's a different ball game now. They cut that off, so I'm a little slow there. I'm still buying and holding. I will still keep doing it. I'm just being a little bit more conservative now that I can't. If I know that my money is gonna be stuck in this property, it better be a steal. Otherwise, I'm not buying it right now.
So the deal has to be real juicy right now for you to do anything. What does a deal like that look like versus maybe what you were bringing on before?
I'm looking at 10 units out of state right now. They're $60,000 a door, and they rent for $850, and they're newer units. So that's a juicy deal. That's something now I'll go for it still. Now, if they were 90,000 a door and they were still a cherry before I may look at them, but right now I wouldn't. I'm only looking at them because they're pretty cherry. They'll cash flow very well. So I'll figure out a way to. I don't know. I don't have the ways of buying it yet, but I'm working on it today all day. That's my task today, is to find somebody who's going to finance that, so I can put in my offer, so I can secure the deal.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is you were doing a lot of, let's call it hard money, and now maybe because of this, you're trying to get more private money. Am I evaluating that right?
A little bit. The hard money part, I was more towards the buy and flip, the buy and fix and flip. A lot of the rentals, I play with my own money. I buy them, I tie my own money in there, and then I get it out and I play it somewhere else. Obviously, from time to time, you gotta outsource it, because I'm not wealthy, so I have a limited amount of money that I have to play. I like to play with my own money as much as I can. I hear a lot of people, a lot of other people, they always play with other people's money. It's a thing, right? I mean, I play with my money to a point where I exhaust my funds, then I go outside and I get from others. That's my way of doing things. And right or wrong, it's been working for me. As far as the investors, yes, we've had lots of investors. We're not funding anything now. Our private money people, we're not funding anything because of whatever happened. They're worried and whatnot. So we lost some of that as well. And those relationships will all come back as long as this virus thing settles down and the stores are back open and the toilet paper is restocked.
That's the key, right? No houses without toilet paper. So
Exactly.
I guess, it sounds to me like a lot of the stuff that you're doing is adjusting and how you're getting your money and really just kind of like being a little bit more conservative. What other things are you doing right now to adjust? Are you more in the wait and see phase, or are you trying to find opportunities here outside of your box of what you've been in for the last few years?
So what's cool now, Kyle, is that all the rookie investors, the people that were starting and the on the little smaller scale, they're all out, right? The virus broke out, the media went on, the real estate is gonna crash, and now they're all nervous because they don't have the education or they don't have the experience in order to know that this is very much different than what happened in 2008. It's a complete different ball game. So everybody's all the people they're thinking the real estate market is gonna crash. They're all on retract. They're not doing anything. They stopped searching. All the wholesalers are reaching out to us. They're cutting their prices. Stuff that they were selling to us 2 weeks ago, they're all $20,000 cheaper this week, $10,000 cheaper this week. So we're able to cherry pick the deals that we want to do. And I mean, I am on growing mode. I see this as an opportunity for me that I have access to funds and really cherry pick the deals that I want to do now. Obviously, it's a little riskier, but they're out there, and people are gonna keep reaching out, and people are getting nervous. And now the deals are cheaper, not because of the market, but just because people are not buying them. The wholesaler secured the deal last week. Well, this week that deal is not worth as much because people are nervous. They don't have as many buyers for it.
Okay, cool. So, is there any negotiation going into that, or are the wholesalers coming to you with these cheaper deals?
The wholesalers usually bring us the deals, and we negotiate. Obviously, like if I look at a deal, Kyle, and it's a slam dunk, I don't care how much money you're making into it. I'm looking at what I will be making into it, right? And if there's enough meat on the bone for me, there's no reason for me to nickel and dime the wholesaler. I don't care if you're making 50 on the wholesaler. If you secure the deal for 20,000 and you're selling to me for 70, there's another 40, 50 for me to make. By all means, make your 50 on an easy paper trail, push paper, make your 50. I'm not looking at what you're making. I'm looking at how safe the deal is for me and if it makes sense for me to go for it, you know?
That's good. That's good, man. So, any words of advice for people that are listening right now of what they should be doing during these uncertain times?
Usually, I'm comparing this time to December. Usually, real estate is a little slower in December, right? For most people, in real estate. Um, Other than now, there's a virus out there. That's not a fun December. I am using this time that is a little slower for sales. People are kind of staying away for me to work on my systems and perfect my systems and work on my marketing and like there's lots of things you can do that doesn't involve going out and meeting with people. Like I'm searching for deals on the like I always search for deals, but now I got a little bit of extra time where I'm hunting for deals even more because I have this time and my marketing. I'm working on putting marketing pieces. Once this thing boils down, I created all kinds of campaigns that I'm going to be working with my buyers and my sellers, and also my flipping business that I had the time now. I mean, I do a little bit of my accounting. I mean, my numbers are tight now. I'm caught up with all that, you know. So I mean, we can always do stuff that you're productive and you're making and you're setting yourself to be better once this whole thing goes back to normal. Hopefully, it won't last much longer than the 8 weeks that I'm estimating it to be, you know?
Man, I hope you're right. Any more beyond that, it's the repercussions could be really big for the economy. So I'm hoping you're right. But so you're thinking 8 weeks. What? Any idea where that's coming from, or is that just a hope?
It's more it's an uneducated guess. I just think there's no way the stores, the restaurants are going to be closed that long. I think 8 weeks is excessive already. But again, it's the government's choice, right? It's just my opinion. I think in 8 weeks, life is gonna go back to normal. Obviously, there'll still be some of this coronavirus going on, the precautions and all that will still stay. However, sooner or later, somebody's going to come up with a vaccine for this thing or something to make it a little safer for us to be around each other because it cannot. this sounds like, I don't play video games, but I guess it's a video game called Resident Evil. That is a virus that outbroke and the zombies came and the cities are all tore down. Yeah, that's what this reminds me of.
Let's hope nothing gets torn down, though. We'll see, though. But hey, Hal, thanks for sharing the advice. Thanks for helping us to conquer Corona and survive and thrive during these uncertain times. I appreciate you, man.